I do believe that we cannot survive at the beginning of the 21st century with the ethics of the 20th century. I think that the revolution we need most in our hearts, in our minds, is to change the value system that has prevailed for so many centuries in the past. The individualism, the cynicism, the selfishness, the greed. We need more solidarity. We need more integrity. We need more justice. We need more love. We need more generosity. We need more equality. We need more. With the end of the Cold War, Marxism is dead. There's no threat of communism anymore. North Korea is not a threat to you. Cuba is not a threat to you. Nobody is a real threat. The real threats to world peace are hunger, misery, poverty, inequality, illiteracy, disease, terrorism, environmental degradation, drugs, etc., etc., etc. The US government has become more unilateralist, more arrogant. It's the only superpower, economic superpower, military superpower. Washington doesn't like to work alone with the United Nations, not even with his NATO allies. You are threatening now to bomb Iraq against the will of the whole world. But if it brings both to Mr. George W., he'll do it. He once said, and I was watching on television when he visited, watching him on television when he visited Mexico. And he was asked, why did you bomb Iraq? And he replied, it is a routine mission. Don't worry. It was just a routine mission. Sometimes for your country to bomb countries is simply that, a routine mission. So in this new world, you have cut all your foreign aid because you gave foreign aid not because you wanted to help the poor, but because it was an instrument of your foreign policy to fight communism. Take the Central American countries. When I introduced my peace plan in the mid-80s, a country like El Salvador was receiving from President Reagan, per capita-wise, more foreign aid than any other country except Israel. Because there was a threat to the communist guerrillas in El Salvador. But as soon as we had the courage, against the US will, to silence the guns and find a diplomatic solution, all the aid was cut. You know, so it's very ironic. We were punished for making peace. We were not rewarded for silencing the guns. We were punished. And this is true now. I just gave you the figures. You don't want to go along with all the international conventions that are essential for world peace and for the improvement of the quality of life of our whole planet. Most of the international agreements are not being supported by the U.S., not only landmines,